It's week 3, first home game. Arizona Cardinals coming to town. They're 1-1. Apparently, they beat the Chiefs 23-21, as you can see over here. Sam Levitt, the rookie, having a good start. They're good at passing the ball and good at defending the pass. And yeah, he's top 3 in passing yards in the league after just 2 games. Bryce Young's number 2, second to another rookie. And Princely's leading the league in sacks. All right, let's check out their scheme here. West Coast zone run. We run a base 3-4. Jonathan Gannon still the coach of the Cardinals. We do have their 2nd and 5th round pick because we traded Trenton Simpson to them. He's one of their top players. See, I always look for a good team that might want a player that we need to move on from. All right, we still have Taylor out, but Martinez is going to be available. Should we want, have a spot on the roster, we can bring him back, but he's just a backup to Cam Scatabo. And Paris Johnson's out. I'm assuming he's the starting left tackle. All right, we got the rookie, Trey Benson and C.J. Baxter, DJ Giddens. Man, that's a pretty solid running back room there. Marvin Harrison Jr., Amari Cooper, Cam Coleman. Okay, nothing too exciting here. But looks like he might be one of the best tight ends in the league right now. Trey McBride, X Factor. You got Caden Proctor, Matthew Bergeron, Myers, Volson, Williams. So basically, I think this is the weak link right here. So that's center and guard. They have a pretty good offensive line. Walter Nolan, whoever that guy is. Van Poppel is their nose tackle. I mean, he doesn't really have much of a neck. Tyree Wilson. You got Trenton Simpson and Drake Bowen right there in the middle. And so, yeah, not much of an edge rush. Ooh. Oh, they picked up Deontay Banks after we cut him. And apparently Will Johnson hasn't really progressed. All right, Jalen Thompson, pretty good. Safety's back there. And Joey Sly, they go for a long one, man. He may give us some really good field advantage. All right, let's get this sucker started. I'm thinking I'm going to do. We'll probably defend short pass, but do we want to run more or pass more? Let's say we keep it going. I say we keep going with that pass game. Oh, I should go over this. So this is who we're gonna have to sign before next season. We have $152 million in cap space. That's why we save that money, because he's gonna be almost 25 million a year. 25 million a year. 25 million. Yeah, about 25 million a year. So that's 75 right there. That's half of it between three players, just to keep him. Then I'm gonna want to. I mean, I just, unless I find someone better. I like Cam as a thumper. He's gonna be about 10 million a year. If we want to re-sign Barron, which I don't see why we wouldn't, that's gonna be about another 12 million a year, 13 million a year. Ransom, a little under 7 million a year. He's gonna be cheap, cheap, cheap. I don't know if we're gonna want to re-sign him. Probably not. It'd probably be better to get a draft a kid. He's not even a starter. And I don't know. We'll see. Same deal. So yeah, I'm probably gonna need to focus on some backup defensive ends. All my backup defensive ends are up for contract renewal. But we have the cap space to resign the big guys. So I would count on probably, let's see here. I don't know about some of these lower pay or lower cost guys. We'll see. But yeah, we'll probably resign ETN. He's a good backup. Jimmy Horn. I don't know. We'll see. We'll probably re-sign these corners. Ransom, Barron, Princely, Cam, Derek, and Nick. So, but I'm gonna have to try to find a way to where we're not still paying them when it comes time to pay up for our quarterback, whoever that might be. I mean, chances are we probably won't really see much of Sellers this year, and might not be till next year. And I did notice in the preseason he wasn't like breaking sacks and breaking tackles. Like, it wasn't as exciting as I was hoping. But he can give us value in a trade down the road. Either one could. All right, let's play the game.
It's week 3 of the NFL, and if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Cards and the Panthers, and it's all up next. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to North Carolina and the bustling city of Charlotte as we welcome you inside Bank of America Stadium, the home of the Panthers. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson up here in the booth. Should be a good matchup here, Greg. A couple of playoff teams a year ago that are hoping to take that ultimate step and get to the Super Bowl this season.
And oftentimes, that's the most difficult step, right? You go from being a perennial playoff contender. That's great. But now, how many of these teams can now say, okay, not only are we in the playoffs year in and year out, but we are a legitimate Super Bowl contender in any given season? That is easier said than done, but I think these two teams today both find themselves at the end of the year in that mix.
We'll see, Greg. Hopefully we'll be in the mix.
Stage is set. Ball is on the tee. And off we go on EA Sports. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. So out comes the Arizona offense for the first time. They'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself, their rookie quarterback.
Really solid all-around performance last week, Mike, and I think the biggest factor that led to the win is his ability to continue to protect the football. He executed the offense, ran it exactly how they designed all week in practice. Now, it might not have been earth-shattering performance statistically, but they got the win. If he can continue to play that style of ball, it's going to be a tough group to match up with.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, he'll throw. A short one here, caught by McBride.
Really nice job there defensively, playing the integrity of that zone defense so well. Anytime an offense is running these crossing routes or these underneath drag routes, they're trying to cause confusion with the underneath zone defenders. In this case, they all stuck to their reads, they all played their responsibilities, and they're not able to pick up any additional yards after the catch.
A first down on the scramble. A gain of 16.
And that just can't happen. 3rd and long, just understand, contain the ball, rally tackle, just get the ball carrier on the ground. Not only not able to get to him inside the pocket, he's able to extend the play with his legs and pick up a huge, long first down.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Off he goes. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
Open man, that's Amari Cooper. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. That's to Cooper again. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4. Back to throw. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
He'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Now they'll set up to throw. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
Joey Sly.
Is
he going to go for a 49er?
Here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air.
Doesn't have the best of accuracy.
Decides to turn into a runner himself. They're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Cardinals are out to an early 3-0 lead.
A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
The Panthers now ready to get to work on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his 2nd season in the NFL.
Some games, the quarterback can just go out there and just take what the defense gives them. They don't have to necessarily create a lot of opportunities for their teammates to go out and perform, and they can still come away with the win. I think today, though, he's going to be asked to carry a little bit more of a load, make some more plays happen, be a little bit more assertive. If he does that, this team's just going to continue to get better and better, and it's going to be a tough matchup.
Great way to start the drive. A gain of 20 and a first down. Back to throw is Manning. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense, immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
Funny how a rookie knows how to manage the pocket. Slips away from sacks left and right.
Oh, got him again the second time.
Simpson.
With a sack on this opening drive.
What did this defensive play caller tell us all week, Mike? They wanted to come out and set the tone of this game, dictate the terms of how this game would be played, and man, through the first drive here, boy, have they ever.
Going deep.
Unloads downfield, looking for Nakua. That one is batted away, incomplete. No separation that time, tightly defended. It brings up fourth down. Punting time for the Panthers, set to kick this one away. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Cardinals offense ready now for their second drive. They had the field goal on the opening drive, took the early lead. See if they can improve on that here. 3-0 our score as we begin first and 10. Start out with a run, and it's Benson. And they're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
They'll go again with Benson. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Trevin Wallace in on the tackle. You get a look there at his numbers on the ground from a week ago. He'll look to throw. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
Really nice start for this defense here early through the first quarter. 2 different players each recording a sack. Offensive line's going to have to get together on the sideline with their coach and identify where's the weakness in our protection, how can we get extra bodies and extra attention, because we still got a long way to go in this one.
And that is incomplete.
And on that third down, they thought an easy way to pick it up and get some positive yards would go to their quick game, but it didn't seem like the receiver and the quarterback were on the same page, and now brings up fourth down.
A fair catch here, called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. The Panthers offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with first and 10. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. They face second down and 7. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up third down. The motion man is Sanders. On third down, it's Manning. And that is incomplete. Jatavian Sanders was the intended receiver. And now it's 4th down. Here's their punter now. And he's on to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. They'll look to build on their 3-0 lead as this drive starts with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That'll be taken in. It's Trey Benson. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. On the handoff, this is Benson. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard. 1st down away to the 26-yard line. And here's 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that 1st down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
The home team's offense ready to take over once again. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Here's Manning. Oh, a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete.
You know what?
That's a
How about
pass.
this? I'm just not going to fuck around today. I'm not going to fuck with this stupid shit.
And he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. Throwing now, Manning. Quick throw here is complete.
Nice.
A gain of 11 on that one. It's a Carolina 1st down. Catch is made. That is Williams. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Manning. Quickly to the outside and complete.
It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the 1st down. Nice gain of 5. So just a lone field goal in the 1st quarter of play. 3-0 is our score. And we'll return to Charlotte in a moment. Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. Caught by Nakua on the out route. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion, These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains. And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they...
He slams it in there, and he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. It's his second touchdown of the year. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score, and Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike, and it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinals offense ready to get back at it. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. First play of the drive, and here's Benson. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. Again, it's Benson. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
He'll turn and hand this one off. And he'll bring this across midfield as this drive is taking shape. A gain of 7 on that one. 2nd down and 3. They'll stick with him again. And this will be a short pickup down to the 45. Trevin Wallace in on the tackle. Here's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run here with Benson. And I don't know, I think he is short. They are. They're going to mark him short. And that's going to bring up 4th down.
That's a heck of a stop by this defense early in this game, Mike, and it sets up a decision for the offense. You might be a little too far away to attempt a realistic field goal, but you might be a little too close to get anything out of the punt unit. I think I'm keeping the offense on. I'm trying to extend this drive, and I'm being aggressive here early.
And he's going to be hit and dropped right away. That's great coverage there. Winds up with nothing on the return. The Panthers offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. What more could you ask for on 1st down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short. That finds Nakua downfield, complete.
Nice. They finally go deep on 2nd and short.
But not till he's inside the 25.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. You can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Looking to throw is Manning. Oh, and a short throw there,
right.
but it's going to end up
All right,
incomplete.
Harper.
That's a pass say he...
Let's go with Jimmy Horn.
Does not, and it brings up 2nd down. This one grabbed by Nakua. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. To the air is Manning. Going right back to Nakua. Complete. And he's into the end zone. Puka Nakua. Touchdown, Panthers.
And that was just a great drive. Really from start to finish, Mike, you could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm. Mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The Cardinals offense ready to see what they can do. They trail now 14-3, so an 11-point deficit as they start things out with 1st and 10. To the sideline, and what a catch, and what a great job to keep the feet alive. Inbounds as good as you can do it. To the air now on 1st and 10. That's to the right side. Caught by McBride. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. A handoff as they try to run it here. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
He'll try and get there on the ground. And he's out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line. They get the conversion in a big way. That's good for 29 yards.
There was a lot of questions surrounding this quarterback about whether his style of play from college would transfer to the NFL game. Well, his ability to create with his legs certainly has here today. We see it with his ability to escape pressure out of the pocket, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
They try the right side with Benson. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's 2nd and 2. Now this time they'll look to in trouble, and down he goes.
It's just so hard to get anything going when you're just not confident running your own system, and all these early sacks. Yes, they kill drives, but think what it does to the quarterback. The quarterback just can't be confident operating out of the pocket. There's no rhythm, there's no timing, and everything you planned on doing today coming in is out the window. I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out? And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Panthers offense and Puka Nakua getting set for this next possession. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in the first half, it's resulted in a big play that is borne out by those eye-popping numbers. Now he'll run it. A gain of 14. Good for a quick 1st down.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
The integrity of the defense, Mike, is based on every defender holding their gap. That's exactly what we saw out of this defensive tackle. Not only did he hold his gap, he's able to shed his block and make the play.
They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Williams, the tight end, is in motion. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He'll try to run for it.
That's a great job defensively. Even though they let him escape the rush initially, there was nowhere to go with either their ball or as a runner, and they're able to force 4th down.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down. To throw, it's Manning. Going for it all.
Oh, catch it.
That is incomplete. They took a chance throwing it on 4th and short, but not to be, and they'll turn it over on downs. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down. They'll look to throw. A short one here, caught by McBride. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
Don't let him fucking escape.
Back to throw.
Oh, why did he stop?
He's got his man. That's Coleman. A pickup of 21 on that connection. It's an Arizona 1st down.
Why did he stop?
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find your pass situation.
He just stops. Fucking rigged, man. The fuck?
Where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
He keeps it himself.
The best quarterbacks don't see the rush, they feel the rush, and that's exactly what this guy was able to do here. He's able to escape the initial pressure and immediately realizes, I got some space out in front of me. Picks up a solid gain here on 1st down.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. He'll drop to throw.
Jesus fucking Christ.
He runs with it. Arizona will take its first timeout. Clock will stop. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw.
Well, I guess he couldn't hold on for too long.
He goes down.
Needed to make it look realistic.
To Arizona, that is their 2nd. Clock will stop with 33 seconds to go until halftime. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Card's going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. Clock is stopped at 26 seconds until the break. 3rd and long. Now they'll set up to throw. That's left side, and that's the tight end, McBride.
Dude, they don't have a fucking timeout.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
So as we come to the half, it is a 5-point game. As we get you down to Florida, Orlando specifically, it's where the coach is, Jonathan Coachman, has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And it's the Niners who have the lead in that one. Brock Purdy with a touchdown pass to Brandon Ayuk. From there, let's head up to Cincinnati, Ohio to check in on the Bengals at home at Paycor Stadium. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. James Cook with a couple of touchdowns there. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City. See what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. The Vikes trying to hold on and claim victory.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. This one taken at the 7. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Panthers offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. The lead is 5 as they're going to start with this first down.
What the fuck is Horn Jr. lining up at tight end for?
Now Manning. That's caught by Puka. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 40-yard line.
Back to throw is Manning.
Dude. Okay, why?
The time he could, but
the other guy would have fucking ran into the pocket.
Couldn't get a throw
Stepped
away.
into it.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because...
Every other fucking quarterback we face would have stepped in right there. The fuck is wrong with our fucking team? What the fuck is wrong with us? He's not a pocket passer. What the fuck?
Loss.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. That's to the right, caught by Sanders. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. So it'll bring up 4th down. Special teams out to the field, ready for this punt. And we will not see a return on this one, as it will be marked down. The Cards offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays. 2nd and 7. He'll try the right side this time, and he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now it's 3rd down. He'll look to throw. That's taken in by the running back, Benson. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
The Cardinals line up for a punt, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he's going to be brought down after a short return And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The home team's offense and their big play wideout getting set for their next possession. And he was unguardable in the first half. You see the numbers as they try to add to those here in the third quarter. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6.
At the 33-yard line.
Throwing now, Manning. There's a short one caught by Sanders. Now a 3rd and 2.
We have 0 third down conversions.
Here's Manning. He's got his man. That's Leggett. First time they've looked his way all game long. He comes through with the grab and a first down.
Well, they finally are able to convert on a 3rd down. And, Mike, when you look back at a box score, some of the biggest indications of how well the game went, of course, you don't want to turn the ball over. How do you execute in the red zone? And then how are you on 3rd down? 3rd downs typically lead to long drives. Long drives tend to lead to points. It's not a real complicated formula. Stay on the field. The more snaps, the more plays, the better.
He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. 2nd and a yard.
Oh, shit. He's going deep.
At the 35-yard line.
Manning. Quick throw here is complete. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Zone route running, Mike, is very simple. Once you come off the line of scrimmage after the ball is snapped and you know it's zone coverage, as long as it's sort of in the area the quarterback expects you to be, my rule was just run where they're not. And when he throws it, catch it.
Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6.
At the 17-yard line.
On the ground, here's Etienne. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And the Panthers are going to have it 1st and goal. He'll take this one down to about the 3-yard line.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that.
Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
And now
Dude,
we're
I
seeing
don't
the
understand
game
how we're
kind of go
giving so many
back
sacks
and
to
forth.
this
Each
team.
team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
That is caught side of the end zone. Xavier Leggett, touchdown Carolina.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure. And I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. The visitors' offense ready to come back out for this next possession. Greg, simply put, they've been off their game right from the jump.
Yeah, and sometimes it's just the way the game goes, and you can't really put your finger on it, but you feel good coming out of the week of practice. You feel really good about your game plan, and then once the ball's kicked off, nothing seems to work, and it's very frustrating because you can look great one week and then the next week be completely taken out of your game.
And this will be a Cardinals first down as he gets this up to the 40-yard line.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
Back-to-back, some nice runs. This one good for 11 and another first down. On 1st and 10, here's Benson. Not much there, a yard or two down to the 48. Trevin Wallace in on the tackle. Out of the gun, he'll throw. No one open, he'll drop it to his running back. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. 3rd down, 3 to go. On 3rd down, they go with Benson. And it looks like he's got enough for the first down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chains. They run out of the gun with Benson. He'll work his way forward for about 3 yards. Trevin Wallace in on the tackle. Throwing now from the gun. He'll find his tight end, McBride. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. And that ball incomplete over the middle. Trey Benson, the intended target. And it'll lead to a 2nd down. Caught right side by Coleman. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. On the ground, it's Benson. And strong running in deep. Inside the 10-yard line, a gain of 9 on the carry. So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. He pulls it in around the 5. And he will score. Game on. Touchdown, Cardinals. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Slides extra point, up and good. And the Cardinals have cut the deficit to 5. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. They'll begin here on the ground. And a minimal gain here, only to about the 31. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he finds some daylight. Up past the 35-yard line. A pickup of 7.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 2.
The motion man is Sanders. Looks try to get this one on the ground. And he's going to have a Panthers first down by a couple of yards. Give him 4 yards. It was 3rd and 2 as they convert. To the air is Manning. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
A run now on 2nd down. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down.
44-yard line. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Looking to throw is Manning. Right side, complete to Nakua. He has been busy. 9 receptions on the game in that one. A first down.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense. You don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock, but the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the 4th quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that 3rd down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up first downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again.
To throw, it's Manning. Going right back to Nakua, complete. And they'll take this down
That came
inside
close
the
to being
35.
deflected by our own guy.
1st and 10.
That's another Carolina Panther.
They'll look to throw. Quickly to the outside and complete. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll look to throw again. Nakua snags it over the middle. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. Williams, the tight end, is in motion. Just refusing to go down. He winds up with a gain of 7. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Back to throw. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
Ooh, end it till they get.
On 3rd down, it's Manning. And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. This is caught for a touchdown. There is a penalty flag down. Let's see if this one holds up.
Oh shit, I didn't realize Prince Will. Roman Mielin playing for the Cardinals.
They'll line it up to kick the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Panthers will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter.
Should I do it? Should I play Murphy? Hey, I'll keep it.
kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. The visitors' offense and running back Trey Benson getting ready for their next drive. And it's hard to believe you can run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. He'll get this one to his safety valve, complete. And he will have this at midfield, forced out of bounds there. Can't ask for much more. 22 yards on the first play of the drive.
Things certainly look a little improbable right now, Mike, but I wouldn't say impossible. I think they've got to capitalize on this possession to pick up some points. Every single possession right now is priceless. Points, possessions, and then they got to get some defensive stops.
From the 50, he'll set up to throw. A throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet. This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
J.C. Horn that time with the good coverage, and he knocks it away. Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. Now they'll set up to throw. That's going to be caught. And he's not going to get away. They get him down right after the catch. Great rally to the ball to force a turnover on down.
Wallace, man.
So the key to this play is when you're going to play pass coverage and you're going to drop in depth, you have to understand if the quarterback drops the ball off short, you need to rally tackle. You need to limit the run after the catch. Don't let that receiver pick up the first down. That's exactly what this defense was able to do in this situation. Tackle him short of the chains, force the turnover on downs.
The carry here for ETN. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Here's ETN. And he's close to the first down. Gets 4 yards on the gain, but it will bring up 3rd down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. 3rd and a yard. The motion man is Sanders. On 3rd down, they'll try to get it on the ground. Good job on the ground to pick it up. Mark it at the 38, move those chains. 1st down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll stay on the ground. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
See here,
now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player.
Holy shit,
As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment.
One running back right now?
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5.
Damn.
They'll run it for the first time. Here comes Zach Charbonnet.
Dude.
And he is not going to get away.
Just show me that you're
Might
not
have gotten
fucking
a yard,
good.
but it will set up 3rd down.
A yard on the play brings up 3rd and 4.
Back to throw is Manning. There's that
it.
man again. Another catch.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge 1st down conversion. Fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
Dud.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
And a nice run there as he surges forward, a gain of 8, and sets up
he'll be back.
third down. Now Manning. That's complete to Etienne. Searching for some kind of seed to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. Fourth down coming up.
I think there's one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a fourth down decision to make.
His kick is good. And the Panthers will extend their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. They'll come up for first and 10.
Let's get a pick.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A short one here, caught by McBride. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Getting hard to hear in here. The noise very loud from the crowd. 3rd and 3.
Oh, come on, bro.
That's going to be incomplete.
What are you guys
They
doing,
cannot
man?
hook up there. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. He's got his man. It's Harrison. And he's going to have a Cards first down. They find a way to convert on 4th and 10.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
They'll look underneath here to Benson. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. He'll look to throw. That's taken in. And they're going to get the first down. They were forced to go for it, and it's going to work out for them. He'll look middle and finds McBride as tight end. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Fucking pick.
Back to the air one more time. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. They'll look to throw yet again. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. And the crowd a major factor now as we get to 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. That is brought in at the 10. And he's going to be taken down. Cards going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll stop it with a little over 30 left in the game. Here we go. 1st and goal. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. So it's over. It's a win for the Panthers. They continue their winning ways in the month of September. They're off to a 3-0 start. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Panthers are winners, as we say, so long from Uptown Charlotte.
Oh, I just feel like if we were playing like we should be, we'd be dominating. I mean, dude, I don't even think he had a good game, and he completed 82% of his passes, 274 yards. All right, they had 320 yards total offense to our 352. They rushed for 164 yards to our 112, and they passed for 156 to our 240. So that basically means that he was sacked for 34 yards. But 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Luka had a day. We'll have to see how bad Sanders is hurt. Reichert, gave up his first sack? Donko having some struggles, giving up sacks. He's leaving. Beautiful. All right. Okay. So he was only out for the rest of the game. Well, it's good to get some wins. 3 wins in a row. Starting undefeated. Next up to Saints. All right. That'll do it for this one. I think I'll do another one tonight. All right.